You know this. There are a lot of people starting a new job in a new city the first of the year, and they need to use the holidays to fly in and pick out a house. And yours is one of the few that are on the market. Oh my God! Well, you sold it for $35,000 more than you would have. Oh my gosh! Not a problem. It's okay. It is okay. And this happens every day. You know what I've also noticed, and maybe it was just me, but I noticed luxury would come on the market this time of year. I don't know if it was a strategy, but luxury, houses, 2 million, 3 million, whatever, they would come on the market this time of year and go under contract this time of year. And I would always do, we used to call it elephant hunting. And it was easy to get some of the high end on the market in December. And I love that. Yeah. you'd have a $50,000 commission check or 60 or whatever it was. It was a good month.
Hey, what's up, Masters? Welcome to another episode of Path to Mastery. We are in December 2022. Ren, can you believe it's already December 2022?
It moves fast, doesn't it?
It goes super fast, bro. I'm just like, wow, where did everything go? And I'm excited though. It was a good year. How was the year for you?
Fast.
Yeah,
it's very productive. We were following a pretty intense schedule, and they talk about life balance, and some people go, it's important to have life balance, and then a lot of people that are very successful go, it doesn't exist. You know it, I know it.
Yeah, life balance. What is life balance? It's just adjusting, right?
You still have to carve out, a lot of fun things to do too. But I think it's more of a work hard and play hard thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the airplane. It's never really on. It's always like little micro adjustments, right, as it's going.
Yeah.
To its destination.
Right. Yeah, and to be fair, you offer that quality of life by bringing that dominating the inventory list, being on the listing side of the business, which inherently allows real estate agents to make money and have the time to enjoy it. That's what you are. When you look at what does Path to Mastery provide, it provides a great life, great income, and the time to enjoy it, which it doesn't exist much on the if you're heavy on the buy side of this business.
Yeah, well, there's always going to be real estate agents that are gonna debate us on that, Ren. So I find
really? Are you serious? Well, I could see if they're working buyers and they're on a team, because then they get to share and all that, and that's functional.
Some people are better.
That is functional. That is functional. Yes.
I think there's some agents that are just better with buyers anyway, because they have.
No, I know. No, I people I'm very close to, they loved it. Now, they worked their butts off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for a large part of their life, and they're not going to say the family suffered, but the family had to work around that.
Yeah,
that's just a fact.
Well, what do you think? So here's something to talk about right now. This time of year, we're doing our monthly real estate, update. This time of year, there's a lot of people waiting till after the holidays. It's just
what kind of people are waiting? Are you talking about real estate agents waiting, or are you talking about people waiting to buy or sell?
Yeah, good question. Well, I think I hate to say it,
or real estate agents are waiting, and then there are people waiting to buy and sell.
Well, aren't there a lot of sellers that are waiting too, and then the real estate agents are just waiting and
right, and it's such a great filter, because the sellers that are waiting, or the buyers that are waiting, are not the ones that are going to pull the trigger quickly. They're going to want a lot of marketing, and they're going to want a high price, and they're not in a hurry, because they're not in a hurry. So when a for sale owner comes on the market first week of December, second week of December, we know they need to get going now, and they are in what we call reality. You know, there are a lot of people. If you look at a hot sheet today, look at what happened overnight, last 24 hours on a hot sheet. Okay, you look in your market like, 15 new listings came on today. You know, then you can't go, well, what was it? What was it in April? Oh, it was 23, but now it's only 15. But I mean, hello, folks, that's still a very large number. It isn't like it went from 23 to 1. It's 23 to 15. It's still a big number relative to the number of agents working.
Well, here's the thing though, too. We'll in probably February, we'll actually see the Q4 numbers, and because it's always behind. But I'm looking at October's numbers right now. That it's really all that's available through the end of October, right? Because you got November, which hasn't really come out yet. That shows year over year. Inventory is down, but literally, check this out. This is in Massachusetts, because that's where I am. I would encourage everybody to look at their own state. But in Massachusetts, last year through October, there were 5,531 sales, average sale price of $524. And this year, there's 4,966 sales. So it's down about 500 sales, close to 600 sales. But the average sale price medium is actually $550. Interesting.
So what do you find from that? I mean, it's not that big a swing from year to year, is it?
It's really not. I mean, it is a swing. So
are we really going down to minutia when we're looking at that?
Well, but we want to give people the real numbers, right? So that they can.
Right. So let's say, if there's what would you say 5,000 homes that sold in October? Roughly?
Yeah.
4960 is 5,000 homes.
Yep.
How many homes sold in March?
March. You know what? I can give you that info. That's a good question. Let's look.
Then we 5,000 in October.
So in March, look at this. In March, this is interesting. That's a great question. Coincidentally, in March of 2022, 4,500 sold.
Less.
4,569. Yeah.
Okay, so October was a bigger month than March.
Now, again, this is only Massachusetts, so I know everybody.
I know, but it's still, maybe you don't compare it against Florida, but I mean, it's still going to be there. Going to be some parallel. So the point is, the difference between the slowest month of the year and the busiest month of the year is not a drastic thing. It's not relative to, like, who cares? How many agents have you run into? And we've all heard this. They'll say December is my best month. That's because everybody else in their office are shopping. So it's whatever you want to make of it. And if one is smart, they're spending 2 or 3 hours every morning in purposeful lead generation to lay out an amazing January, because one of two things will happen. They'll talk to somebody and they'll say, yeah, let's get together the second week of January, third week of January. Or they'll say, I'm ready to go now. And you're like, really? And they'll put it on in December. It'll go under contract in December. It'll close at the end of December or begin mid-January or whenever it closes a few weeks later, which is okay. It's okay to have some now business right out of the gate in this month, which happens it'll be interesting to see what Massachusetts December was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But listen, I think the reality though is we all have an opportunity right now to create our own market, our own numbers, our own.
Right. You can be a slave and work all buyers, and then and just skip the holidays and never work, and you can be okay in life. But you will probably run out of money by mid-February.
Well, I do want to touch on this though, and then I'm going to open it up because we got a room in Clubhouse. This is a live podcast. We got a bunch of people listening to the Clubhouse. So
good.
So here's the thing. Right now, I mean, it's December 8th, right? Or say the 9th. Today's the 9th, right? Yeah, today's the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a couple more weeks before the end of the year, right? You get your holiday weekend.
Mhm.
Most what are you telling your people? Like for me right now, I'm telling my people, go all in. Like this is time to go. If you're normally doing 60%, which most people do now, I'd say go 120% right now, because what you're doing is you're not only going to find some opportunities now if you do that, because there are some people that will pull the trigger now. Um,
Yeah.
despite everybody saying I'm waiting till after the new year. But then the other thing you're going to do is you're going to create a huge pipeline that starts like January 2nd. Hey, Masters, I'm going to get you right back to the show. Quick pause. I want to let you know about Z Buyer. It's something we've been using for a while. Okay. We use them in the down market right now. As you know, there's a lot of uncertainty out there in the real estate space. There's a lot. Prices are going down a bit. There's a longer times on market. Sellers are starting to get concerned. So what they do is they go online, they try to get like a home evaluation, and Z Buyer sends the information to us real estate agents. So go to davidhill.link and click on my affiliates tab. When you go to davidhill.link, click on my affiliate tab and then use the link there to go to Z Buyer, and you'll get 10% off. Try them out. I've used them for probably over, I want to say 12 years now, only in the down markets. I've used them in the down markets and they've come through every single time. So make sure you check out Z Buyer. Enjoy the rest of the show. davidhill.link.
Yeah, it's interesting, and there's some fun scripts out there too. Yeah, you'll have a huge pipeline, and you'll have a fair amount of now business. What's interesting are people that are like, okay, and they set it up to meet with them, and the second week of January, third week of January, whatever, and they go, now I have to do, and then that person has indicated they really need to sell. So it's a hot one, and you want to get in front of them. You say, now all we need to do is schedule a time this week for me to come by and take a quick peek at the house, because you've asked enough questions to determine in that case with that person that they have to move, and they have to move quickly, and they're very serious, and you want to get in front of them because things can happen. They go, well, my uncle's baby's brother's uncle is a realtor, and I didn't know that. We're going to go with them. So you want to get in front of them. So you might choose to just go ahead and schedule, and then just say, let me ask you a question. If we put it on the market December 12th, would that, and it went under contract this month, and we do some blackout days, no showings around some of the holiday days. Yeah. But if it went under contract and you had to close at the end of January, would that create any kind of a problem for you? Well, no. Would it be okay because there's not as much inventory in December that you got a little bit more than you would if you'd waited till January? Well, that's a good idea too. Okay, so if they're hot, get in front of them right away, even if they're planning on mid-January.
Yeah, I think we have to be willing to have those conversations with people right now, yeah. And a lot of realtors and a lot of salespeople in general are just like, okay, yeah, I'll get back to you, instead of educating people on why there are some opportunities to selling now. Like you said, you can do select. Like you can restrict showings if you want. You could say I'm only going to do showings on these days, and it's acceptable. There's less buyers out now, so the buyers that are out are serious.
As well, there are a lot of people that need to buy something for. I mean,
tax.
You know this. There are a lot of people starting a new job in a new city the first of the year, and they need to use the holidays to fly in and pick out a house. And yours is one of the few that are on the market. Oh my God. Well, we sold it for $35,000 more than you would have. Oh my gosh. Not a problem. It's okay. It is okay. And this happens every day. You know what I've also noticed, and I maybe it was just me, but I noticed luxury would come on the market this time of year. I don't know if it was a strategy, but luxury, houses, 2 million, 3 million, whatever, they would come on the market this time of year and go under contract this time of year. And I would always do, we used to call it elephant hunting. And it was easy to get some of the high end on the market in December. And I loved that.
Yeah.
you'd have a $50,000 commission check or 60 or whatever it was. It was a good month.
It's funny that you said that, because a friend of mine in California, he listed a house on Monday for 1.4, and you got to meet this guy, Johnny. and he listed for 1.4, and then you got a call yesterday of a buyer says, listen, I need you to show me the house. And he's like, I'm going to send one of my team members. She's like, no, if I want this house, I'm going to make an offer today. So he drove to the house, which he normally doesn't do because he's the owner of the team, met the buyer, and she made him a full price offer right there on the spot, cash 1.4, closed the property.
A lot of smart money moves in December. It's really interesting.
It is. It's tax, right? I just did an event, and we had people sign up for the event, $2,500 2-day virtual event, and we've had multiple people sign up. Besides just wanting the event, they needed to spend some money before the end of the year.
Oh, is this a grant?
Yeah, this was the sales execution workshop we did last week that you sponsored, but you didn't show up. But anyway, that's okay.
I want to be involved in that kind of stuff. That was Grant. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was Grant's.
I mean, that guy is smart. Oh, he's
2,500, bro, for a virtual 2-day event, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's valued. And you know what? When people pay that much money,
well, he's worth it for darn sure. I mean, his material's good.
No, I was the one teaching it, not Grant. Grant charges way more than
his material's good, and you're teaching it, and so you get both. You get the best of both worlds. You get Grant.
But the point I was making was that there were a few people that signed up. Besides, they wanted the event. They said, I need to get some more. Bring my tax basis down a little bit, right? They need to spend
before the end of the year, right? It's the end of the year tax time for darn sure.
Yeah. So listen, we're on Clubhouse. I got a few people on stage. If anybody wants to ask a question, you can raise your hand. I'll bring a couple people up if you want to ask a question. Cahill's up here. Did you have a question?
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah, virtual.
I'm listening here, Dave. I'm making phone calls and shaking that tree, my man. That's what I'm doing. But I'm listening to you guys. What I'm hearing you saying is just basically keep asking for the business, don't retract, and keep on going. That's what I'm hearing you saying all the way. So that's the message. Is that correct?
Persistence is definitely a strength. Yes, in our business. Being persistent.
So I appreciate the time. I appreciate your input, and I appreciate you both being here. Thank you, Dave, for always adding value here to my life and everybody's here. Thanks, Ren, for being with us. Mr. Jones, thank you.
Happy to be here. Glad you're here.
Yeah, just to let you guys know what Ren does, he owns Vulcan 7. We've been doing business with them for about 11 years now, and so if anybody's interested, let us know. And it's an awesome data provider, and you get you everything you need to be successful, be able to get in touch with those sellers this time of year. Also information on neighborhoods as well.
Yeah, we definitely make it easy to be able to speak to people that need your help.
So, well, we don't have a lot of people looking to ask questions on Clubhouse. So what else are you telling people right now? People that are using your product, what's your message to them this time of year?
Front load the year.
What do you mean?
It means that, as you know, the first and second quarter is the largest part of your business, and if you can front load, I think of so many years, I would just build inventory. I'd get as many as I could in December. And then, some would do it and some wanted to wait till January. And then through the month of January, list as many people as possible. And somewhere around late February, I'd hit a peak number in the amount of inventory. And they would all go down like dominoes. We would have days where I would sell 5 listings in a day, because the market just would open up. So you want to front load the year, building as much inventory as you can, and then let those dominoes all fall down. Then keep building the inventory back up, and the dominoes keep going down and back up and down. And pretty soon, all of a sudden, you're at the end of June. And then take a breather 4th of July week, then get right back in and do it again. So that it's real important going into the first quarter to build inventory. Just pile it up. Don't worry about when it's going to sell. And maybe it'll take 6 weeks this year. Maybe it'll take 7 because, the Fed tightening, the PPI came out today and it was high. And the CPI report comes out next week and it may be high, but
What's
high
that? Tell me, I should know, I guess, the answer.
producer price index. So that's your wholesale pricing. And then the consumer price index report comes out next week. So it's inflationary, even because there's been all this, all the talking heads on news like, whoa, looks like inflation is subsiding. It's subsiding. Well, not really. The PPI report was very sobering today. It was bad news. Basically.
So how does that work though? Because I think you're seeing a lot of retailers actually reduce price, which is interesting to make up for it, right?
Well, they're doing a lot of creative things, but Costco is leveling off, and a lot of them are cutting overhead, just to hold even. It's an old Japanese industries. I did it for many years, and we copied them and learned from them. Where you just, in an inflationary period, you try to hold as flat as you can. You tighten down on your costs and your labor and whatnot, just to hold the line as much as you can. And there's some illusion of sales, and there's emphasis on other products. You just do what you have to do. But we may still be going in for some tough tightening. Fed Chair Powell may have some dirty work to do in March, April, May. We don't know. As Gary Keller says, predicting the future is a fool's game. So the best thing we can do is just prepare for high levels of efficiency, front load the season, list as much property as possible. And unlike last year, list it at a price that will allow it to sell. Use real comparables and don't list it for $100,000 more than anything's ever sold for similar. List it for similar pricing. Even if you have to walk away from some listings, prospect extra hard to be in front of more people so that at least most of your inventory sells, because we're going into a period where you can't just put stupid prices on stuff. You could before. You could put it on for $4.25 and it would sell for $4.75. And now you put it on $4.25, it takes 3 weeks and it sells for $400.
Yeah, if it's
the buyer, the good news is the payment's the same.
Right. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to toss it back to our audience in a minute, but I was on I'm not, I don't want to offend anyway, so I'm not going to say that because I can offend some people sometimes, Ren. But let me ask you this. I was listening to someone earlier today and they were talking about like they have a real estate license and they were saying they're not a salesperson. And
yeah, I know.
It drives me nuts.
I'm a consultant. I get it. Now, here's the thing. If you go list property, don't tell your seller you're not a salesperson. I'm sorry, I'm just a guide. Come on. I think we're just getting into the weeds on that. Your job is to get that thing under contract, get it sold. Now, if you think salesperson is a dirty word, then do whatever you have to do, but just get it sold.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I think ultimately,
salespeople, they have some friends, a handful of friends that go, I don't like salespeople. No, it's not that you don't like salespeople. You just don't like bad salespeople that don't know how to approach you, and so you're offended by stupid salespeople. That's all there is to it. That's why you have friends that say that. It's not that a really good salesperson they think is just a marvelous person because they're so good at what they do.
That's a good point. I think that helped me a little bit because you're right. It's like when I hear that, like I am proud. I tell everybody like I'm not only am I a salesperson, I train salespeople. I teach them how to close more sales and make more money and create a better life for their families. That's what I do. So when I hear people bad mouthing salespeople, it drives me nuts. But now you're right. It's bad because there are bad salespeople out there.
Right. You see them, you walk in and they're just like stupid on top of stupid. Same thing with scripts. It's not scripts are offensive. It's the poor use of a script is offensive. Yeah. I mean, how many times they would call up and I'd go, stop reading to me. You are reading, you can tell.
Listen to this. Somebody asked me earlier today, what's the script for when we're selling our house, but we don't have anywhere else to go? Hey, Masters, if you have a real estate license, you need to be in our community, davidhill.club. That's all I'm going to say. If you have a real estate license, you need to be in our community. Check it out now, davidhill.club. I'm like, there is no freaking script for that.
We're selling our house, but we have
conversation. Yeah. Like what script are you going to like? That doesn't make sense. It's irrational.
It's the same script as whether they have a place to go or not.
Yeah. That's a conversation, Ren, not a script.
Right.
Like, okay, great. We've got A, B, C
How will
options.
your next home be different than what you're living in today? Well, I don't know. Well, if you did know, they'll figure it out. They will figure it out. I'm a great salesperson. We all know it. He'd go, well, if you did know. And then they reach into their head and they pull out the answer. Well, we'll probably move to Chicago over on around.
No, but listen, it's not even that. It's if somebody's like, well, if we sell our house, we have nowhere to go. What's the script? There's no script. What you're going to say is, okay, so we have, we could do.
If that's the objective.
We could do a short-term rental. We could stay with family, right? We could maybe do lease purchase back. So we have options. We don't have scripts for that. We just have options, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we sell our house, we have no place to go. Just say, I mean, I don't know why you're having a conversation. Just say, well, then you better just stay put. How will your next home be different than what you're living in today? Have you thought about that? No, we've never thought about it. We love it, love it, love it here. Well, you're not going to convince them of anything if they love where they are. I mean, it's just a series of questions. Are you, like you said, it's a conversation. We've never thought about moving. We love it here in Walton's Pond or whatever. Lake Wobegon. They are happy where they are. You're not going to convince you. That's it comes to that point. You can't motivate people to do something they don't want to do. All you're doing is trying to find the ones that already are motivated.
Well, you said it earlier. I mean, the reality is you just have more. The solution to all this is more. If you're talking to more people and you're having more conversations.
Yeah. The 4-letter word. Next.
More. So I am looking at so far year to date, October 2022, Massachusetts, closed sales overall compared to last year is down 12.3% from 2021 to 2022, 12.3. So that's a good chunk, man.
Well, I'm glad all that froth is gone. And we're still not in a normal market. We're still in a dramatic seller's market. What up there? Is that about still a 3-month supply of homes?
Inventory. I mean, inventory is still low. So, I mean, sales are down a little bit because a lot of buyers.
Which is a seller's market, which means it's overheated. I know the news isn't going to say that. They're going to go, it's down 50%. Did you know the time it takes to sell a home is up by 50%? Yes, from 2 months to 3. Yeah. But 6 is a normal market. Hello. Right. But if you're Fable News Network, you got to get creative to upset people.
People are upset about the interest rates not being 2% anymore. Well, 2% doesn't make sense. That's the problem. So
yeah.
They're just conditioning us. That's why they're bringing us through this inflation. They're conditioning us to pay more. So they're going to bring it way up and then put it down a little bit. And like,
but here's the thing. And if you're working with buyers or, if you're working with sellers, they need to go back, sell and then buy back in immediately and buy as much property as they can, because owning real estate, especially now, is very smart. But let's say you're paying 6.5%, 7%, whatever it is. It's very smart because you're controlling, with $40,000 and you're controlling 600,000, and it will follow inflation plus 2 or 3%. It will follow inflation plus 2 or 3%. So you can't lose money. I mean, it is, and you're leveraging because your down payment. I mean, the smartest thing you can do is own real estate.
Yeah, and if rates go down, then you refinance.
I went through a period where, we're in high inflation and high interest rates, way higher than it is now, where a $35,000 home became $135,000 in what seemed like less than 10 years. And you're like, crap. So, you wouldn't want to rent right now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we have my friend Sean. He's up in the house.
The public understand that.
I'm gonna toss it over to Clubhouse for a minute, Randy.
Yeah.
We got Shawnee in the house. So we have Stephanie in the house. Cahill's still with us. Shawnee, do you have any questions for Ren? Any questions about the market or anything?
Yes, right here, Khalil here.
Hey, Khalil, how's it going, sir?
Dave, so one thing, great, sir, great. One thing I want to ask you is this here. With this world that is got plenty of negativity out there, right? How can you inject that urgency in people's? I know there is one thing called war trap, but there is no such a thing. There is how you feel and the energy that again transferred to these people, that injection of the B12 to tell them, hey, now is a good time. Doesn't matter what you buy, because I'm in the car industry, but what I do, I tell people, hey, if you need something, just go buy it. Because what it is, because the news out there, all the negativity that you hear around, I don't think it's going to do any good to anyone. Because those people that are selling us all this crap, they're going to get paid for whatever we do. And that's what we do out here. It's clear and I'm complete. And thank you.
Yeah, injecting urgency is a little bit of a trick. Probably one of the best tools is a takeaway. What is the opportunity cost if you wait? So that being a takeaway. If they think the train is leaving the station on an opportunity, and you illuminate that in their mind, that if they don't do something now, it won't be there waiting for them in January, February. So whatever that may be in the sales process, a takeaway is a powerful tool to do what he's talking about, inject urgency. Because people move, you can sit there and go, now's the best time. That's not going to get them excited. They're going to go, that's what you say because you want to sell me something. Yeah. But if you do a takeaway, then they're like, oh crap, I'm going to miss out. What's the new thing? Fear of missing out or whatever. So, yeah, whatever that's all about. But that's what that is. It's a human condition. There's a fear that we're going to miss an opportunity. So if you can illuminate that, now they'll respond. If you're telling them now's a great time, maybe not so much.
Yeah. There has to be some context behind it, right? Like
so you have to show them some things and help them understand that an opportunity may disappear. And if we're looking at the PPP and our producer price PPI, and if we are going to have another upward move in interest, maybe it's in their payment size. But
I don't see house prices going down personally.
No,
in some areas maybe, but
I don't think you'll ever get a house price go down below. You won't see underwater like we saw. No, you won't even. It's impossible in an inflationary environment. You did not have an inflationary environment then. You had a very weak economy. People are still spending like nuts. Still, the spending is still very strong out there, and we do not. And you're not going to go underwater when prices, all the prices are rising. Because yours is the difference between your mortgage and what the retail prices are. And retail prices are going north on most things. Not everything, but most things.
So I want to see if anybody else, I know Stephanie's on the stage. If she has a question, we're happy to open it up. Also, there is a link I put at the top. So for urgency purposes, my membership is normally $197 a month. This is right now, it's $237 on Clubhouse. If you use that link and sign up, you can get our membership for $99 a month, and you're going to get a free our sales execution workshop replay recording package is also included. So if you want to take advantage of that, there's your urgency, because that deal is going to be gone in a half hour. So if you sign up now, click on that link, click on the anywhere on the web page. You can sign up now, $99 a month. It's month by month. Be in our membership. We'll give you the recording package, and also we're going to set you up with Cardone University every month you're in the membership, which is $97 a month by itself. So I don't know if you
that's a heck of a deal.
Ridiculous. It's almost ridiculous, but
that's a crazy deal.
We're doing it.
And what is this, a Black Friday holdover? This is great.
No, we were doing it earlier. We did it for a group. We were teaching it. We were doing it, teaching a class for a group. So I figured I'd just leave it up because we had this room going on now.
That's fantastic. You can't lose. And anybody listening, if you would like, if you're looking at this year, if the number of transactions that you did, if more than more than a third of your business were buyers.
Masters, health and fitness and nutrition is number one to me, which is why I partnered up recently with Viome Health. Unbelievable product. I want you to go to the site, go check it out. Go to healthmastery.club. Go to healthmastery.club, get information. This has helped me tremendously with controlling my stomach, with controlling other parts of my body that were not working correctly. And I made some changes. I got some information. I made some changes in my diet, and it's helped tremendously. So I want to help you as well, because to me, health is number one. You know that about me. So go to healthmastery.club, get your information, get your kit, and get your system working the right way. Masters, we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy.
Ouch. When you start approaching 40 and 50% of your business as buyers, ouch, there is so much room for improvement. And it's so common today where people are like, you say, how many deals are you doing? I mean, how much of your business is buyers and how much is sellers? Some of them are 50 and 60% buyer business, which is a lot of pain. That is a lot of pain. Yeah. And, with what you offer, David, this gives people a way out to have a great income, to run it like a business. Because if you're putting inventory out on the street, you're running it like a business.
Yeah,
it is a business, and it can really thrive. And you can get very systematic with the listing business, and so it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah. Well, you may not know this. I don't think I told you, but we actually are focusing now, working with buyer's agents as well, because there are a lot of buyer's agents that need help. So we are still, I am listing focused. I always will be, but we do understand that there are agents that work with buyers, and we can still help them with their process as well. So
okay. And
I'm not as biased as I used to be, I guess.
It's very functional if they're on a team, because of the division of duties and the responsibilities of pending to close and things like that all work really well. So if you're working with a buyer on a team, it works pretty darn well.
I had a guy that ran my buyer agent named Justin Jarbo. He closed 50 transactions on my team as a buyer's agent with 2 showing agents. So
it works really well. That's the scenario where it thrives.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To do that solo is a bit of a challenge, David, and I'm sure you may get some people that hop over and they go, okay, I'm tired of this buyer thing, and they say, tell me about your seller thing.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. I mean, I still think focus on sellers, but we can help everybody. Well, that said, man, I appreciate you doing this, and you want to give kind of like, this is our last episode of the 2022. What are your thoughts on any message you want to put out there for people? This will be out next week, right before the holidays. I mean, obviously, we'll wish everybody happy holidays if you listen to this before, but what are your thoughts?
Get excited. And then I think, for all of us, this is what I do. I take, and I could do it electronically, but there's something about visual. I take several yellow pads like this, and pens, and lay them around the house. And every time I have a thought, I write it down. And then somewhere as we get near the very end of December, there are some things that come up, and I make a list of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 most important things for 2023. And I gel those down to those things. And then I look at it. The most important thing is, because we're all going to be focused and on track for the first 3 weeks of January, New Year's resolutions and everything. Yeah. But where are you when you get to the 3rd week of March? Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. So it's important to have that hanging up and look at it every day. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. And it can be a working document. You can draw a line through a couple of them and change a couple things. But go ahead and get some resolve going, and not just random thoughts in our head. We like to believe in our head that we can have all this resolve and determination, and it's sustaining. we would like to believe that. It's not. And if we cement it into something that we have to look at 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, we can actually move the needle a lot further.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. Well, I am pulling that down. I'm going to put up a free course for you guys. If you're interested, it's freecourse.pathtomastery.net. You can download your free course. This course is absolutely ridiculous. We brought people. It's a great business planning because we actually talk about Expire, FISBO, circle prospecting, sphere of influence, YouTube, video, team building, communication. Like, it's everything. It's awesome.
That does cover all the bases.
Yeah, it does. It was our event we did back in, I want to say September. You were part of that event for us. Actually, you're on there as well. So I'm giving that away as a free course.
Strong material. Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. If anybody wants access to our membership, just message me on the back channel. We'll get you. It's I'll let that go for the next hour or so. If I get a message from you, otherwise you can just join us. It's only $197 a month anyway. Any final thoughts for me? And we'll both give final thoughts. Hey, I know Shantae just popped in. Shantae, you want to add anything quick before we close it up? It's our last episode, 2022.
You know what? I didn't even get to hear any of it, so I'll have to go back and listen to the replay. But I do know that Vulcan 7 is definitely something you want to invest in if you are a real estate agent, because it helps you prioritize and really just kind of hone down on, the for sale by owners, the expireds, all that kind of stuff. And David, do you still offer a discount code if they go through you?
We offer, if they go through me, go to vulcan7.com/path to mastery. And there's a special offer. Those guys will talk to you about it when you contact them.
There you go. So you should definitely reach out to David and, get that code, because Vulcan 7 is something that you need as a real estate agent. That's 100%. That's the bottom line.
It's a tool, right? I mean, when you're a carpenter, if you're a master carpenter and you show up to a house without all the tools, you're not going to be able to get the job done, right? And I think as real estate agents, we need to think of ourselves as professionals. And if you're a listing agent and you don't have all the tools, well, you're going to leave a lot on the table. So thanks for saying. I love that you said that.
So do I. I love that she said that.
There's no joke. All right. So my final thoughts for this year is I think there's a lot of opportunities, Ren, going into the new year. I think we got to just keep our eyes on what's happening. I think if you focus on listings, you can't lose no matter what. But obviously, don't just take anything. Take the ones that are priced right. Find motivated sellers, and you can't lose. And then just keep your eyes on and be prepared to act fast. If you start to see foreclosures, if there's filing, if there's something like that, just act fast. We have to pivot when the market's shifting. I don't think any of us have a crystal ball to know what's coming, but focus on listings. That's going to be I feel like you just can't lose. What do you think, Ren?
I think you're absolutely right. Those are some really good thoughts for everybody for the year going into next year. Great thoughts.
Yeah. Shantae, what's up? What do you think?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt him. I just, you've got the business planning course up there. If you guys want to click on that link, download that, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't already have your business plan set up, if you don't have Vulcan 7 set up, if you need to have that all set up before you go into this new year, because I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, first of all, because if you're going to take action, you need to do it now. Taking action requires you getting up, doing it right now. I don't care if it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if it's noon. I don't care if it's at 9 o'clock at night. If you're going to do something, take the action now. Set yourself up for the next day if you have to. But taking that action is really, really important. So setting up your business course plan is really vital for you to start the new year. And like I said, I don't do that whole thing. So I've already started setting my stuff. I used his business course. I set myself up. I know exactly what I have to do every single day. And I plan everything a week in advance. And Vulcan 7 will help you get there. So I can tell you that from my own experience. I now have new goals. So I have to do 1,000 calls a month. So Vulcan 7 is going to put me on that route. So I suggest everybody, if you haven't even checked it out, please do so.
Thanks, Shantae. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what else I can say, man, after that. It's just like,
no, I know. It's succinct.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just I guess happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah.
What I do this time of year is I take the last week of the year off. It's kind of like my ritual. I'll take from December 26th to the 1st. I take a little bit of a break. I do it every year, and then the rest of the year I'm on 100%. Unless except for my vacations. The vacations I shut it down. So, but I think working from now till December 25th, you go all in. No need to slow down.
Good thinking. Good. It's going to be a great year. I got to admit, I am so excited about next year. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I am too, man. And by the way, the free course Shantae was talking about, you can get it. Just go to freecourse.path2mastery.net. That's how you get the free course. If you're interested in Vulcan, go to vulcan7.com/path to mastery. Ask them about what opportunities we have going. The opportunities do change sometimes. That's why I'm not going to throw any specific one out right now, but check that out. And that said, thank you, Ren, for your time.
Thank you.
Shantae. Thank you, everybody else that's in the house right now. Appreciate all you guys. And have a great holiday season.